was just bare lost on anything. Because obviously I just turned 20. I was like, hey, cool, what am I doing now? And like, what am I doing now? I ended up spending like bare days non-stop just in bed doing absolutely nothing because I had no idea where I was going.
Talk to us about what you do, who you are.
So hello, my name is John, Jay, Johnny, whichever one people call me. I am a videographer and photographer as well. I've been doing it for from November 2020. So pretty new to the game. At the moment, I am doing a lot of stuff videography wise. So even club promos, I've had a few messages from clubs to do this and that. Obviously working with TBC, got a lot of things in the works. So watch out for them things there.
Do you want to talk to us about TBC?
So TBC is the Brighton Cypher. It's been started by OJ. They got Mr. Make It Happen. That's he makes everything happen. Just
as the name suggests,
finds a way to make things happen, and he's really that guy. He's a cool guy, man.
What made you get into that in the first place?
In videography, so essentially, the whole COVID situation meant that I'm self-employed, so I had to go on universal credit and whatnot. Kind of just do my thing for a bit, see what happened. I spent a long time trying to figure out what I was trying to do. Spend a lot of time on this or that. I've got a company with my mum called Afro Connect, which is a platform that promotes black businesses in Brighton and Hove specifically, and then obviously other places as well in England. What happened was I think I had a switch. I started doing a lot of research on a lot of different things, really being conscious of everything that's happening around the world kind of thing, and not even being conscious of everything that's happening around the world, being conscious of yourself. A lot of relearning everything to do with myself and trying to actually find my passion. Because I'd say I already had found my passion, which was rugby.
Oh yeah, you do.
And I love rugby, innit? But it's just the way that videography is gone for me. It's either videography or rugby. I can't do both, essentially. So I had to choose one or the other, and I'm more likely to make more money from videography than I am from rugby. So that's first of all.
I think it's a big thing for everyone our age to kind of rediscover yourself if you're in that kind of period and find what you really want to do, and go from there. Because life's, even though it may seem quite long, you only get one go round, and if you're not doing what you want to do, what's the point? So I appreciate everyone who's doing that shit and getting stuck in, like you with your music as well. Like you've decided that this is what you want to do, let's go for it. And this kind of stuff, you only get one go round, like I said.
You got to trial and error in most things, I think, until you find, like you said, like the passion. Obviously you said you were rugby. You would never have thought the rugby to videography would have been the switch that you made, but it's something that you thought about, and it's quite sick.
And the thing about it is, I've always liked taking videos or just editing videos, but I never really took it seriously when let's say a year and a bit ago, I never really took it that seriously. I thought, yeah, cool, I'll just work a few videos together and that's it. But then I started thinking, I can definitely do more than just that. And when I look back at the videos that I first made, I'm just like,
You can definitely relate on that aspect, can't you? You've got to start somewhere.
You have to start somewhere, that's the thing.
If you don't start, you'll never get to the point that you supposedly want to be.
If you never take that step, you'll never get to where you want to be.
Experiencing. Because if you don't experience, you can't really learn from not having any experience.
So
man.
So did you go to college or uni or anything?
Self-taught.
You self-taught everything. So what was that? Just YouTube tutorials and everything?
Not just YouTube tutorials. I actually paid for courses quite a bit.
Oh, sick. Yeah, but that's good. I think. If you put money into something that you actually love,
because personally, I can't lie to you. Lot, can I swear on it? Fuck uni.
Amen.
Fuck uni, because more time people go to uni for the experience. I can't lie.
Just for the social.
Yeah, it's not even really a thing. After 3 years, you end up being in mad debt for what? for a piece of paper that tells you you've done something that everyone else in the same class has fucking done. What the fuck? Do your own thing. Obviously, at the end of the day, there are people who go to uni me to actually learn. But I feel like those people are probably later on in their lives kind of thing. It's like not even a thing where they went to uni from 18 to like 21, 22, 23. It's more when they come back, they've had their like little 18 to 23 kind of age gap, and then they go on 24, 25. They're like, you know what, let me go to uni now and actually take it seriously.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. Obviously, I'm not saying it's that for everyone,
No.
But the majority of people that I do see out here are just like, no, they don't care. So yeah, and then for you to be stressing like, oh yeah, I got my exams now. All bad stress for nothing.
For no reason.
So true.
Because majority of people that do uni as well get the qualification, they don't even go into that same job that they wanted to do. So you just wasted 3 years.
And the thing is, but the thing is, like, when I think about it, it's like, cool, you did waste 3 years, but don't get down on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't get down on yourself. Because if you put yourself in a negative mindset, that it's very, very, very hard to come out of that. It's very hard to come out of that, man. Like, even personally, I've like experienced being in like a shitty mind state at least a month. Like, I remember this time last year during lockdown. I think this was after my birthday, actually. I was just bare lost on anything. Because obviously I just turned 20. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. What am I doing now? What am I doing now? I ended up spending like bare days non-stop just in bed doing absolutely nothing, because I had no idea where I was going in life. No idea whatsoever. I was like, bare lost. So when I found videography, I can't lie, I was so gassed. I was like, you know what, I like this. Let me keep going, kind of thing. So yeah.
Were there any specific things you did to get yourself out of that negative mindset that you were in? Any particular practices you may do?
Meditation. I don't think I'd be where I am right now without having meditated a lot. Well, meditation is actually, let me just get back to the meditation. Meditation is actually quite big, like, kind of, because people hear meditation, they're just thinking, it's not just that. Like, you could literally be walking, listening to sounds like of just like natural sounds. And I'm not even talking about cars or this or that. Like, just birds tweeting and everything like that. Just literally just being focused on what's happening in the now, being in the present moment. That's what meditating is, essentially. Just seeing how beautiful everything around you is, like being grateful for where you are and everything like that. That's a way. There's also another method of meditation that I do use. It's breath work. So I don't know if you lot know Wim Hof.
Yeah, I've done that before.
It's the first type of meditation that I actually started doing.
What is Wim Hof? I don't know.
So Wim Hof is a person who essentially, like, he's essentially the Iceman kind of thing. Like, he can hack any
temperature. It was crazy.
Like,
what was it? He went out into like the coldest place, and then the reason what kept him alive is his breathing. Yeah, he was in his boxers.
Actually, I think I have heard of this.
So he did like a breathing technique. I know exactly. I've done it once, and it kept him alive. And he was so focused in that moment.
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, and it's like that's 100% like him being so focused in. Because let's say he wasn't focused and thinking of something else.
Straight up.
It would be.
He could do like one breath wrong, and he'd be gone. He was in the worst conditions ever. Like, I don't even know why he did it. He's just a fucking animal. But I know which one you're on about. To
be honest, I think with obviously Wim Hof, he's probably done this for so long that that shit's just light work. It's just like second nature, man.
Yeah,
it's literally second nature to him.
So what, do you do that every day, or do you do that every so often?
Breath work, I don't do every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but I try to do it as much as possible. Like some days I'll do it like 3-4 times a day. Like even 5 sometimes. And then some other days I won't do it at all. But I'll do some other type of meditation, just obviously, as I was saying earlier, just like literally I'll sit down in my garden and there's always birds tweeting and just like everything like that around me. So I was just listen to the sound. And I don't know if you know about Astral Projection, Okay, so Astral Projection is something that you should really look into. But we're not just in the physical world, right? There's different planes. So obviously there's the astral plane. There's so many different planes. I can't lie. I'm not even going to try waffle too much about it right now, because recently I have not even been doing my research on it like that. I was doing it during last year during lockdown, and that's why I know quite a bit of this stuff now. Essentially, I would visualize that my astral body was leaving my body, and wherever I heard the noise, I would literally go there, essentially.
Okay.
Like,
that's so weird.
I know. And it's visualizing. Like, I would just be visualizing that, and the more you visualize it, the more you just repeat kind of shit. Like, what happened?
So wait. So how I'm seeing it is, so your physical body stays, but your like spiritual.
Yeah. So essentially, just like let's say let's say dreaming. Like when you're dreaming, you're astral projecting. You're not in your body.
Okay.
You're not in your body.
I don't know.
So you're consciously doing it. Right?
Like just like that, and it's just like lucid dreaming as well. Like when you're just aware of your dream. I've only ever done that like twice. I think 2-3 times. Those experiences were fucking nuts, and I loved it. I can't lie to you. One time last time I was actually close to doing it as well. Was I'd woken up, and you know them ones when you got like sleep paralysis. Essentially, I was paralyzed, but I'm the type of person to just be like to laugh at that shit. Like I won't even find that scary at all because I know nothing's actually happening. Like I can, and I thought I was hearing some like evil voice laughing, and I can't lie to you, I started laughing as well. I promise you, it sounded like a fucking demon. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? That's literally the first thing that came to mind. And then I remembered that my heater was on. I was like, oh, maybe it's my heater. But I completely zapped that. Listen, this is right now, like, in this kind of moment is literally like the step right before I actually astral project. So I was that close. I didn't fucking do it because I got up and went to turn off my heater. I was like, you know what, fuck this. Let me go turn off my heater and try this again. Because I thought the laughing was my heater. And I fucked it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Do you do any sort of meditation? Right?
No, I don't. No. Well, to be fair, I sometimes like when I'm out and about, like similar to what Johnny said, it's probably not like I'm actually intentionally meditating, but I do just listen out to this like stuff. Sometimes I take my headphones off or take my earphones out and not even look at my phone for ages, go for a little walk and just completely zone out of everything. But then I also do it when I have music on, especially when you're going up to like the Downs or something, walking up there and you're completely by yourself, no cars, no noise or nothing. And all you hear is like birds, obviously sheep, and all you hear is wind and stuff. And then that obviously focuses me up, but I wouldn't say I intentionally meditate. I probably do it like subconsciously, but I don't actually just go sit down in my room and be like, right, I'm gonna, obviously like you said, you don't need to be like that, do you know what I mean? But
obviously
I don't intentionally go and do it. But I probably do it out and about day to day. And I actually enjoy it. It's relaxing. Like when you are zoning in on yourself and your thoughts and everything that's happened, then it's afterwards. It's the feeling of, oh shit, okay, I just did that. Like, it's quite nice.
100%.
You do a bit of anything as well, yeah.
I can't live without it. Now that I've started, it's like if I don't do it, I feel a certain way, and I'm like, nah. I
just don't feel like.
I just feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's not even like I don't feel up for the day. I just feel so much better if I do it.
Right.
And I would take that feeling any day than the other feeling.
Sure.
And obviously we're doing a lot of running at the moment. And this time last year, I'd never run 5 kilometers before. And it was a big mental game to get to now 21 kilometers. It's a big step up.
Massive.
And I felt like I wasn't in the moment enough. I was too much like, this running is going to be so difficult, and I was thinking
looking into the future, anxious about this run, instead of just like that's the same. You know what? Talking about running before this year, like I'd love sprinting, but actually running like long distances was a myth. It was a myth. It was a myth. Like even I'd go rugby training, I'd be like, oh, fuck doing long distance running. Like I'm not bad at long distance running. I just don't like do it. I just didn't like doing it. I then decided to just start doing like little bits, like nothing too mad in it, just little runs, like in the morning, run up hills mainly as well, because that's what would tire me more. Yeah. This was when I was living in Hangleton actually. I just started like, I don't know if you know the top of Hangleton, so I just go around kind of thing, and it's like I'd hit like at least 3-4 hills, and obviously there's the fat hill at the end as well, which I would actually kind of like sprint up on. Slowly, bit by bit, I'd start noticing myself like running like a madman. Like I was practically sprinting when I was running. Like even the other day was the first time, because obviously since starting the videography stuff as well, I haven't been on my sports stuff as much. But even the other day, I went to the gym on a treadmill machine, and I was just sprinting for the whole time. I was like, I even decided to just put like the height up, because I was like, wait, what's happening here? Like I was on like 15 or something like that.
Incline?
Yeah. Well, on incline, I was on 10, 11. But when I was on flats, I was like 15. Right. I was doing 15, the number 15.
Ever thought of doing a half marathon or a marathon?
I see you, man, doing your thing. I can't lie to you. Potentially in the future, but definitely not now. Definitely not now. Yeah. I reckon I'd be able to do it now, but it's just not something that I'm really looking to do.
You don't have time.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
Yeah.
You don't have time, mate, honestly. You got to put a lot of time into it.
Oh, man.
That is good. It's a massive mental game. especially if you're into your meditation, just into your place. Like, trust me, like running is not just going out your door and running. It's so much more different than that.
Because you're with yourself.
Yeah.
For however
only
long
you can make you run. Like, do you know what I mean? But I was going to say, do you actually know why? It's going to sound nerdy. Do you know why incline running is so much harder than anything else?
I don't actually know why.
Obviously, the reason for flat running, especially if you're running along the beach, obviously you're at sea level. Yeah. So when you're at sea level, there's more oxygen at that sort of level. So the higher you get, there's less oxygen, which obviously makes your body work harder. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's why it's so much harder. That's why I enjoy the hill runs as well, especially got like my Loke and shit. They're killer. Like, don't miss it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't done one for time, but
it's been long ago since we've done that. Jeez.
We just do fucking 21 Ks now, mate.
Wait, I've done 21 kilometres at 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Like, it was after Chelsea won the Champions League.
Oh, you're Chelsea fan?
I don't support football, but I'm fan of Chelsea.
I don't really watch football like that, but Chelsea still always be my team.
That's it,
like when I used to watch it, Chelsea was my team. So
if we're going to talk about this quickly, they should have got way more than one goal. Like, I watched the highlights; they were shit at being clinical. City weren't that great. No. You boys should have scored so much more than one, mate.
They had a few chances though, to be fair.
That one with Mahrez with that volley at the end of the fucking game, mate. If that went in, that'd been different gravies. But
wouldn't put it past them either, to be fair.
Either way, we still won in the end.
You did.
And that motivated me to go and fucking run 21 kilometres.
Was that it? Was that what? Because you were gassed.
Low key was. The thing is, right, I'd just eaten a load of chocolate as well while watching it, and I was like, mate, it's time to go.
Yeah. What's the furthest you run then?
Furthest I've run,
treadmill or just out and about?
I honestly don't know, because of the fact that I see everyone like posting like how much they run and everything like that. I can't lie to you, I'm not really one of them guys, and it's not even just because I think I'm cool or anything. It's because like I've done sport for so long in my life that I don't even need something to tell me, oh yeah, you've ran. And of course, like, it's different for everyone, and like, it's completely different for everyone. But for myself, I just run a certain distance. When I can't go anymore, I stop. End the story. Like, I don't really keep track of how much I run.
I suppose it's the same with like nutrition. Like, someone who's well educated on it, done it for years and years, they probably won't need to. They don't calculate everything to the T. They'll know what they've done and what's good and what's bad, etc., etc.
Yeah, if you do it for so long, you don't really need to keep up with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because
But I feel like it's probably quite good to track, though. No, like,
no, 100%. I completely understand that. Yeah. Of course, it'd be sick for me to start tracking, probably. But it's just I can't be asked. I can't lie to you. It's just a thing where I personally can't be asked. Like, even what my mum was telling me, oh yeah, you should track your stuff. I'm like, I don't really care, like, because she does a lot of like running this and that now as well. She does a lot of sports stuff, and she's always tracking her stuff and everything like that. She's obviously like trying to get me to start tracking my stuff and whatnot. And
well, sometimes you don't need to. Like, you really don't need to. Like, I think the times I start to track shit is when I'm aiming to something. So that makes sense. When I'm running, I'm not really aiming to do like something. Like, let's say if I was doing the half marathon, let's say, I would actually track. That's a situation where I would track, because I'm trying to track my progress in that kind of way. But like, more time when I'm just running just to keep up my health and fitness. I don't really give a shit. Go back 10, 20 years ago, we weren't tracking shit. You know what I mean? It's true. Tracking shit. So, as people can see, Imran isn't here.
Yep.
He's very kindly sent in a question
for Johnny,
so we're going to overlay that.
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Hi Johnny, nice to see you after so long. Sorry I couldn't be in the vlog today. I still want to be a part of the video, even just a little bit. And I have a question for Johnny. So, Johnny, what inspires you? What gives you that why? What drives you in the mornings? What gets you going? Is it a certain role model that you have, or is it personal goals that you really want to achieve? I'd be really interested to know. Anyways, I hope you have fun on the podcast. I'll catch you later, mate. Bye.
It's a banging question.
Imran comes out with some good questions.
He does. Sometimes he goes really fucking well.
It's a very good fucking question.
You can have time to think about that too.
What inspires me? What motivates me in the morning when I wake up? I can't lie.
We spoke about meditation. That probably helps massively.
Yeah. That does help, but that doesn't. That's like
It's not the why.
Yeah,
No,
it's not like that's just something I do to just help. Exactly, like to just obviously help with like me getting towards my goal. What motivates me? What used to motivate me would be like getting rich, getting money, success, fame, whatever. I don't really give a shit about that anymore. Like for me now, it's more of a thing where what motivates me is being able to experience things in life, being able to essentially get freedom. What I want to be essentially able to do is just cut, like just dip to like a place where it's just like, not even just dip for a whole year, but like maybe half a year or like a quarter of a year, I just go somewhere whenever I want to go. Like being able to have the freedom to do that.
Anything, yeah.
Is just to be able to do anything in general. That's what motivates me to get out of bed. I'm like, listen, if I really want to be able to do that, I've got to do this first and then this step and then break it down into steps. There's a massive goal that obviously you want to be able to do, which is obviously being able to be free, essentially, because if essentially society has all got us in a box. Society has all got us in a box, not even just in the way we think, but just physically as well, with obviously just work. Just let's say just non-creative work. Let's say, for example, non-creative work makes us just go dreading to go to work, because what are we doing? Absolutely jack shit, because it's not really creative. We're just doing shit that we always know how to do. Like staying in the same kind of what would you call it? Staying in the same kind of environment and not
same place, not improving.
Not improving, just like not changing. Like just for an example, talking about same place and environment. Let's say my runs, or if I'm on a bike or anything like that, I try to just take different routes, because like that is just like, it's different for my brain. It's just something new to see instead of just taking just little small things like that. That's what I do to just keep myself like going. It doesn't help like massively, but a bit by bit that essentially adds up. So I'd say for me, what motivates me, what inspires me, is just me, my future self, being free to do what the fuck I want to do.
I like that a lot, and I like the experience bit.
Yeah, the experience bit was good.
That whole experiencing everything in the world, like.
Because more time, like I hear a lot of people that, I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there. I used to be like that. I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. That's why I don't want to do that. I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, like what you got to lose? You ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got nothing to lose.
You've got one shot at this life. You got to fucking live it to the fullest.
Well, that it's so true.
It's true.
I do a lot of gratitude work. In like that's my meditation.
That's another way of meditating. Yeah. Gratitude, but I've got like a whole gratitude diary. Everything I write down. Yeah. That however I mash the shit out, because like just I thought, what have I got on me right now?
Honestly, gratitude. I used to be so bad at it, and now I'm really pushing for that, because it really helps you understand you're in the moment and be appreciative of this moment, not 20 years down the line that may not even come. You never know. So,
especially as it is right now. Like obviously, shit goes on in the world which is deep and whatnot. Media doesn't show it, and that's facts. Like social media is now like a thing, so that now we can get access to this kind of shit. But let's say social media wasn't a thing, we wouldn't know what's being going on.
So true.
Well, I've got a question then. If we're talking about gratitude, obviously I don't do none of that. I wouldn't say I don't do gratitude like I said, like the meditation stuff. Obviously I'm grateful for everything I have every day, but how, for someone who doesn't actually sit down and do gratitude like yourself, like writing stuff down, like how could you tell, or like sort of inspire me to do something like that? What is the actual benefits of that like?
The benefits of it, you just have a happier outlook on life.
100%.
Like I didn't used to do gratitude, and a lot of time when I think back to it, I used to be just ungrateful for a lot of shit that I already had. Like when I think about it, there's kids out here getting bombed. I'm good. I'm cushy. I'm cushy compared to my man getting sold off because child trafficking or this and that. Like, you see what I mean? gratitude, yeah, it gives you a different perspective on life. And then also, I can't lie to you, on a genuine level, yeah, I've done a lot of gratitude. When I finish doing my gratitude, like shit just looks brighter.
Really?
Like shit literally just looks brighter.
Yeah.
Like it actually for a second before the gratitude, shit will look like just like dull kind of, and then after you're just oh shit, everything's like oh yeah, life is great. Do you see what I mean?
But what do you do then? So for you,
so the way I actually just started, I didn't even start by writing. To be honest, writing wasn't really my thing. I was writing like down shit gratitude journal, but I spoke to one of my boys. I had a whole conversation with one of my boys about this. Big up Danny. But he was like, yeah, bro, like he does it a lot as well. Like he spoke to me about it. I was like, you know what, let me try it, because what I used to do was just like sit there for like, it didn't have to be long. It could be from 20 to like 20 seconds to however many minutes you want to do it. But just be like, think what you're really grateful for. Just think about like, let's say where you live already. That's one you're like, yeah, I'm grateful for having a roof on top of my house. Let's say what you do, your music stuff. I'm grateful for being able to put out music or put out this podcast. Like literally just that already is just putting you in a mindset of gratitude. Yeah. And also being in a mindset of gratitude means that you don't care, like people could do you wrong, but you're just like, cool, like you don't really care. It doesn't really affect you.
You're grateful for this, and they're just saying it's not going to impact like what you have.
And obviously it goes a lot deeper than that as well. But yeah.
So it's sort of like just breaking life down into bit by bit and just being like very thankful for that specific
in a way
thing.
I'd say so, because you're really stripping down to the core.
Yeah.
And you're going, no matter, let's say you feel really depressed, for example, you can go through these stages where you don't want to be here and you know you want to end it all if it gets really bad. Introducing gratitude, even if it's a little tiny bit, changes your mindset in a little tiny way to go, do you know what? There are people who are getting bombed right now.
Yeah,
there are people, there are families being destroyed in front of our eyes, and we're here
out here in the sun. Bro, going down to the fucking beach. Like, what the fuck do you want to ask for more? Like, do you see what
position
I mean?
would you rather be in?
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, cool, we're not, maybe we're not the richest people in the world, but more time, like, the richest people in the world, they're probably deadening themselves off either, because they're not grateful for some things because they've already had that from birth. Do you see what I mean? Like, they don't have like that edge to them. That's like, cool. To be honest, it depends, because I'm not even going to say every rich person's like that.
Yeah,
like a lot of rich people just don't really have that drive. They don't really have that, because they've already just they were born into it, kind of thing. Like,
they got blessed straight into
exactly. And obviously, everyone has a life path, like a different life path, and obviously you're on Earth right now to learn something. Like, your soul is here to learn something. That's why. Well, I don't know about you, man. Obviously, you, man, said you only live once. I believe in reincarnation, personally.
Okay, that's okay.
Like, we've had multiple lifetimes and whatnot. Duality, I don't know if you've looked into it or anything like that. I really suggest you do.
Okay.
But not even like, and not even on a thing where you're like, oh yeah, cool, let me just look, but just look at it open-mindedly. Like, just, because that's what I first did. When I first started looking into this type of stuff, I was like, cool, like, let me see what it's about, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the more and more I look into it, the more and more it makes sense. And the main thing is that it can't be explained by anyone else. You have to do that shit yourself. Like, you can't really like explain it, because everyone has their own different journey, their own life path, obviously.
What is duality? If you were, I know you said
it's like yin and yang, good and bad.
Okay.
Heaven and hell.
Heaven and hell. Do you believe?
Did
you say you believe in heaven and hell?
No. What I believe in is the fact that we all I believe that everything is energy. I just think that we're all conscious. We're all connected in a type of way. But heaven and hell is more of a thing where your actions in this life will dictate what your next life is like, kind of thing.
This is what we spoke about last week. We were talking about this whole heaven and hell and connecting it to karma, to do with your actions. And how
your life path is literally karma. Yeah. That's literally karma.
And as soon as you realise that, your life switches. Because you realise, if you want to cut out all the negative stuff that happens in your life, become in more positive, well, become a less negative person.
Yeah,
become more balanced. I'd say
balance.
Balance. It's all about finding balance in everything, isn't it? Because overindulgence is shit for you, and so is underindulgence. So like, you just have to find the right thing, just the right thing. And for me, last year, when obviously I told you that I completely like stopped smoking, stopped drinking that, and but I stopped eating meat. I stopped doing it. Like I was just like, I completely let go of everything that I used to do in a type of way, but it wasn't good for me because I did it way too quick. The transition was like, boom. Right. It's like from day dot to like the next day. I'm just like, stop this, stop that, and it took a toll on my body. I lost bare weight. My normal weight before lockdown was like 80 kg, something like that. It went down to like 69, 70, and then now I'm like 75, 60, which is my like, good weight.
Good weight,
it's a good weight for me to be at.
What's your diet like now at the moment?
My diet at this moment, at this specific moment,
summer diet.
I'll say you're in pretty decent shape. So,
the thing is, I've got sick metabolism. I can't lie. I could be eating just absolute
dog shit every day.
Dog shit every single day.
Still
my body will still look good. Like I may get spots and everything like that, but my body will still look good.
That's the people. And the spots, mate. It fucks up.
Yeah, the spots are jarring.
Oh, it's annoying, mate.
That's why obviously I've stopped eating like a lot of like I used to love cheese. Don't really eat cheese like that anymore.
Really?
Like on an occasion.
Occasion
I will eat cheese. At one point I actually like completely stopped, but I just I couldn't hack that. I couldn't hack it. If we're talking about diets, like there's a lot of people that say vegan this, vegan that, vegan, bruv. Like if it's processed, it's done out. I can't lie to you. You can say vegan to my face, I will tell you it's shit for you.
I do agree with that.
Because at the end of the day, it's still fucking processed. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
It's an L already.
Exactly. And to be honest, like the world we live in now, we can't not eat processed food essentially. Apart from if you're living on your ones out in the mountains or nature.
And you're hunting every day.
Unless you're Joe Rogan eating elk or whatever.
That's the only way you're not really eating processed food, unless you've got different kind of plugs from everywhere. Or obviously, if you're rich, having freedom to do that. When I'm able to be rich enough to have the freedom to do that, man, we'll do that. But as it is for now, and plus I'm still young as well, so like it's not like it won't take an absolute mad toll on my body because I still do sports and this and that. So I can still stay in good shape.
Dieting's hard.
Diet is
stick.
It's
be strict with it.
100%.
Especially if you're very casual in like exercise and sports, like you said, and running, etc. If you're not doing something like that and you're just doing day-to-day stuff, trying to be more healthy, it's a lot harder than when you've actually got end goals. But then saying that, even when when I was doing PT stuff, there was people coming up to me saying like, I just want to be more healthy day to day. I don't really go to the gym. I don't do any of this. And then obviously that's where your first error is. But to be strict with a diet and to cut out, like you said, like a lot of shit is very difficult nowadays because majority of stuff that we eat and drink is just so bad for you anyway, which is just unfortunate. There's just not much you can do about that. But I think if you don't fully cut everything out and you just like have this balance or
follow that 80-20 rule that everyone talks about.
What's that? Like
80% healthy.
And then 20%.
Paulius talks about that a lot as well.
That's very important because if you're trying to cut all the bad stuff out, like fizzy drinks, that's a major key for me. Fucking chocolate and sweets and all this bullshit stuff. Your body then is going to crave it so much more. And then once you have that one like initial sweet or chocolate bar, your body's going to be like, oh, I'm so used to this. Then you're going to back into that routine. So if you just have that balance, then like the 80-20 thing that I've heard before, that's the best thing to do. The dieting's savage, mate. It's so savage. Trust me. But it's so good for you though. That's the problem. Like it's hard to stick to.
Just before we wrap up then, where can everyone online find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at j.s.e.n, and if you want to add my Snapchat, which I like never upload on, it's John. My last name, which is Nsangue.
I have one final question. What is your ultimate goal in 10 years? Where do you want to
10 years, where do I want to see myself? 10 years, potentially, well, by that point, I'd want to have my own production company.
Nice.
In some type of term, completed videography, and be moving on to my next passion. Because I know like you don't have just one passion in life. Like you have multiple passions, and it all depends on your period of life. Do you see what I mean? So this is why like right now my focus is on videography. That's my passion. And once I've got myself to a level enough where I'm like, cool, what's my next thing? That's where I see myself in 10 years.
Love that. That's sick.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Johnny, for coming on. Be sure to check him out, and yeah, until next time, see you later.